Alright guys, hello, this is Chris here with TaskForce 247 Airsoft, sponsored by Fox Airsoft in Parker, Colorado. And today I'm going to be doing a review on the CM.030. This is a very good gun if you're not sure to buy a gas blowback pistol. You are afraid of the expenses that come with it, as far as the base expenses that you need to start it. This gun is a great alternative for airsofters on a budget, and it is an amazing gun. I loved it a lot more than I thought I would. It is manufactured by CYMA, which makes it a very reliable brand, extremely rock solid, and there's not much that will go wrong with it. This is an AEP, an automatic electric pistol. It's not a gas blowback, it's not a spring, it's a miniature AEG in the palm of your hand. It's a wonderful gun. So when you first open the box, it's going to be packed just like any normal airsoft gun. It's going to have the magazine, a 30-round double-stack magazine, the pistol-shaped speed loader, charging cord and charger. The charging cord has an AV auxiliary outlet that plugs into the charger, which takes the custom 7.2 volt mini-type custom battery. And simply slip it in the charger. There's the groove in here, and there's an arrow on here, and you just push it up, line it up, and slide it in. Let it charge. They do not make smart chargers for these batteries, but since these are rarer guns, they are fairly cheap. They're about $15 to $20 depending on where you find them. Very cheap batteries, so these weapons have cheap upkeep. The one thing you can do that I have seen done is take a spare smart charger you have or buy a new one and cut the wires and splice them together to the smart charger and create a mini type 7.2 volt battery. You're going to have a tiny Allen key used for some adjustments inside the gun that I have not found a use for yet. You're going to have a cleaning rod, and of course, last but not least, the pistol itself. This is a G18C, the fully automatic G18 Glock. It is an exact model of that. It's fairly heavy. It weighs about a pound, which is a good pistol weight, good balanced weight. It does have, the one thing I don't like is it does have that big ugly made in China on the side, which is a little unfortunate, but it could be worse. There are a bunch of accessory options when it comes to this gun. You can get a bunch of standard mags this size for $10, or you can get, like in Call of Duty, the very long 50-round mags that stick out of the bottom. In this actual airsoft variant, it is a 100-round mag. Double stacked, of course, and it is a very good mag. Those do require some modification sometimes because the nubs that hold in the BBs have a tendency to slip and let them fly out. It is a very simple modification. All you need is sandpaper, and you can pretty much fix this gun to work just how it needs to. The safety on this gun, I'm not too thrilled about. It's this tiny little switch right here. You really got to put some pressure into putting down the safety, and it does feel that if you pull the trigger too hard, you will break it. So the safety, for once on a gun, this is the one gun I would recommend never putting a safety on. Because if you're quick drawing this and you can't disengage the safety fast, and if you're a little trigger happy, you could break the gun. Only bad thing I've found about this so far, it does have a small equipment rail on the bottom. I don't know if you can see it right along here, with a groove for the locking mechanism on most rail-mounted items and accessories. Now, it does have a very easy takedown, which is probably the simplest thing in the world. Click this button on the back, lift off the cover. Inside you'll find a miniaturized gearbox, which you can see is in the CYMA motors and everything else. It is a very small gearbox, but it does feature fully functional hop-up, and it shoots about 240 to 260 FPS. I have gotten it to 320 using .12s, but I do not recommend doing that at all. It's astonishing how much of a difference there is using .12s. The battery is inserted underneath the barrel. You line up the arrow, line it up with a little charging port, and slide it right on in. From here, the gun, even though the fire selector is on the slide, which does not slide, it is not a blowback, it's just a standalone weapon that has no blowback on it. It does have a very nice feature that you can adjust the hop up without putting the dust cover back on and test it out. Because when you put it on semi-automatic, it just pulls the little hammer away, and then when you push it down into full automatic, that nub flings out, which connects the gear for fully automatic. So the hop-up can be adjusted with the dust cover off, and it can be shot with the dust cover off, although I do not recommend it for debris and dirt getting inside of your gun. Now to get the battery out, there's a little lever right here next to the hop-up. Just grab that, pull it down, the battery slides right out. A lot of people I've talked to have not found that for some reason, and they try to use a screwdriver to get their battery out. Not a good idea because you could break the casing and ruin the battery. This weapon doesn't sound like it packs a punch at all, and it's definitely not the most intimidating gun on the field, but it does get things done. One of the main higher points of having a AEP over a gas blowback are that the winter time and cold weather does not affect them at all. Well, the problem you get with most gas blowbacks is that the gas inside of the magazine decompresses due to the cold, and you get a lot less gas off of one mag. Sometimes you can barely even get through half a magazine. This is the problem solver for that. And this is the battery, barely charged for 25 minutes, and it's got make sure the mag is out. Nothing in the mag, of course. Make sure the safety's on. Well, not the safety's on, just make sure the gun is safe to use indoors. Semi-automatic is the first knob up here. Does not sound very impressive, but this does have a body shot range of about 200 feet if you really know how to aim this gun, which is pretty difficult with this gun, but I have been able to hit a 6-inch fence post from about 175 feet. The recommended range is within 100 feet. So you switch that little lever down, and you get fully automatic, which is a lot better. The fully automatic does kick down the accuracy just a tad, but not by much. You can still do body shots within 100 feet without a problem. This gun is ideal for CQB and other tight indoor scenarios, and it's even a great field weapon. There are some very interesting accessories you can get along with it. You can get a rail kit for it that gives it a very nice futuristic look. The rail does include a suppressor, 14mm negative thread, so you can put suppressors and even tracer units on it, which I think would be amazing to have a tracer on this. Just go Call of Duty style, get 2 of these, and just go to town. Especially with the longer magazines, you'll look pretty stylish. It does take a normal 20mm rail when you do buy the rail kit, and it is an overall amazing gun. When you get out of the box with .20s, it will be shooting about 200 to 250 FPS, depending on the just overall condition, because AEPs aren't a mastered science yet, but they are truly a magnificent gun. So, with that being said, there's not much more I can say on this other than remember your gun safety rules when using this, and especially remember to never have your finger on the trigger with this, because I never use the safety on here because it is a pain to turn off. So until next time with the next review, this is Chris with TaskForce 247 Airsoft. We are sponsored in full by Fox Airsoft, located in Parker, Colorado, and we hope to see you guys out on the field sometime. Have a good day.